On November 1st, 2019, Blizzard announced that we'd be getting a sequel to their hit FPS Overwatch. At the time, Overwatch was 3 years old, and I gotta admit, I was hyped. I had been playing Overwatch since December of 2016, which is right when its third competitive season began. I remember how much love I had for the game at the time. A team-based FPS with specific roles and objective-based game types was so refreshing to me in a world that was filled with Call of Duty and Halo. I began my journey as a support and I dabbled a bit in tank. Eventually I became a master of all support heroes, except Ana, because I have the aim of a stormtrooper, and got really good with D.Va and Reinhardt. But by that third year, I noticed my passion for the game had started to fizzle out. But for a moment, my spark reignited at the announcement of Overwatch 2. Year after year, I patiently waited for more information. But as time passed, I started to lose faith as well as interest in Overwatch as a whole. It didn't help that Activision Blizzard was involved in a lawsuit after we found out they did nothing about a hostile work environment filled with SA. Well, after 3 years of waiting, Blizzard finally dropped the public beta for Overwatch 2 PvP. And after sitting AFK in a Twitch stream for 4 hours, I managed to get a beta key. At that very moment, I felt the same joy I had for Overwatch come back. The flame in my heart that died down was suddenly reignited. I was really excited to play Overwatch again. I launched the beta, I opened the game finder, and I was extremely disappointed. Why, you ask? Before I tell you, it's that sweet time again to remind you that if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit the like button, turn on notifications, and all of the things. Yeah. Anyways, I'll start by saying as I wrote this script, and as I record these voiceovers, I was being fueled by nitro cold brew coffee and the massive weight of disappointment thinking Activision Blizzard would finally do something right. Looking at the game finder, it's clear that if you don't play support, you are literally going to experience the same frustrating wait times you do in Overwatch. And you'll also learn that much like in Overwatch, your priority tickets are absolutely fucking worthless. That 2-minute priority wait time can easily climb to 6 minutes. But surely it gets better once you actually get into a game, right? Well, yes, but actually no. The game itself feels exactly the same as Overwatch, and that isn't a good thing. The only real difference is you have to play with one tank instead of two. At first I thought this concept would actually make the game refreshing, but after a few games I realized it's the same trash with a different paint job. In terms of adjustment for heroes, tanks have been hit with a lot of buffs to compensate for the fact that there's only one now. All tanks have a passive buff that prevents knockbacks, but with the exception of Orisa, whose rework is actually amazing, and Doomfist being turned into a tank, who's still absolutely fucking hard to play, the rest of the tanks don't feel that different. DPS wise, everyone got a passive movement speed buff, which honestly doesn't feel like anything game changing. In terms of character specific reworks, Mei lost her ability to freeze, but can dish out some solid damage. Cassidy throws a sticky grenade instead of a flash, which really feels like a nerf. And Bastion, much like Orisa, got a complete rework that actually feels fun, shifting into tank mode while mowing people down, and his new ultimate that is a wild artillery strike is oh so satisfying. But it means nothing when the rest of the DPS feels like it's falling behind. Oh, and they did add a new DPS hero by the name of Sojourn. She's not bad, but she's pretty much Soldier 76, except instead of sprinting, she can slide. Oh, and she's dummy thick. And support... While they all now have a passive health regen, which is something only Mercy originally had, nothing has truly changed. Brig actually feels worse as she can no longer stun with her shield bash. It's now a boop that feels less effective compared to Lucio's. And remember, tanks are immune to knockback now, so it has zero value against them. As of writing this, I was informed that we did get one change. Zenyatta's kick has a knockback now? I guess that's kinda cool. We got a new game type called Push, which involves both teams trying to control a robot that pushes a barrier across the map. Whichever team pushes the barrier further into the other territory wins. It's fun, but it's not enough. There's 4 new maps: Queen Street in Toronto, Coliseo in Rome, Midtown in New York City, and Circuit Royale in Monte Carlo. Queen Street has gotta be my favorite, and the spawn site in a hockey arena is pretty neat. They also went and turned all the nighttime maps into daytime maps, which is kinda cool, I guess? But all of this isn't enough. At the end of the day, Overwatch 2 feels like it should simply be a patch introducing a new game type to the main game. There's nothing about this that makes it worthy of being its own game or having the title of Overwatch 2. I've waited 3 years for this in hopes that it would give me something new to want to come back to the game. I was thinking this would be a breath of fresh air Overwatch needed to make me fall in love with it again. But it isn't. Overwatch 2 is too little too late. Am I being too hard on it? Maybe. It could be my own fault for making my expectations be so high. But can you blame me? I've been a fan of the game since 2016. I wanted nothing more than one of my favorite gaming franchises to climb their way back to glory. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Overwatch 2 is gonna be released, people are gonna rush to it and play it for a month or two, and then it's gonna be replaced by whatever game the masses decide to move on to next. But there is hope. This is just the beta for the PvP of Overwatch 2. Activision Blizzard talked a big game about how the PvE is supposed to be a game changer. I'll admit, some of my favorite memories with Overwatch come from the archive events, playing through the fun little stories, learning the backstory of some of the Overwatch characters, and destroying wave after wave of baddie was always entertaining. If they can really deliver a solid experience with that, I'll be picking up Overwatch 2 day one. But if it ends up being a disappointment, I'll be writing Overwatch 2 off as a game that had so much potential that ended up being another dumpster fire from Activision Blizzard. A company that still needs to get its shit together and own up to their past mistakes. With all of that being said, thank you for watching, and don't forget, mash that like button, subscribe, turn notifications on, and be ready for the next video dropping soon.
Congratulations! Congratulations! Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations! Thank you all.